welcome back to another episode of A Lady's Garden. My name is Natalie. I garden in South Jersey. I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to any new subscribers, and welcome back to the folks who have been following me and encouraging me and leaving messages for me. I really appreciate it. I took a little break, but I'm back now. It did get hot, and today is a gloriously cool, cloudy day. I feel some sprinkles, so it's not going to be a complete garden tour, but I just wanted to catch you guys up on what's going on in my garden. So let's start on this side. Look at this hydrangea. It is massive and very lovely, and just looks pretty good right now. I am doing some garden chores, trying to keep up on all the weeding, and I finally got a chance to put down some mulch. I have been watering religiously, but yeah, the heat came in, and I have a couple of pink annuals that I put in here, but they look like they're drying up because the heat, and I didn't get time to mulch, even though I've been watering a lot. But let's focus on this. Check that out. It's huge. But I can't complain. Won't complain. Nothing to complain about. Looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. And there's some new buds coming out. If I can get over here. That's pretty cool. It hasn't rained this week. Hopefully I'll get some rain today. But I got a lot of weeds I have to take care of. Not sure if I'll get to all of them. Might just pop some mulch on them, or some paper, then some mulch. But we'll see. Here is balloon flower. And it's not getting full sun either. So it's doing pretty well for not a full sun plant. The voles are coming to visit a lot. So they keep making a mess of some of the, like you can see against the fence, that dirt pile. It's really hard to kind of keep them out. So I try to, I try to crush down their little tunnels. I don't think that works, but whatnot. And I think they did interfere with the astilbe this year. They actually didn't even, I mean, it's blooming now, but they weren't. Oh, look at that one. That one just kind of got stunted in growth. I think that's because of the voles. I think they're coming and they're eating the roots, and then the plant struggles a little bit. I know last season I had 3, so there's one, there's the other one, and there's one in the middle that didn't send up its spikes, and you really couldn't even see any ground. The hostas are definitely a little smaller this year as well, and we had a pretty wet spring, so I don't think it was an issue with water. However, let's turn this way. I think it's because of the heat. So this creeping thyme looks amazing. And this one, up until a couple days ago, was looking amazing. And now I see some not so happy spots. It could be because I'm watering it too much. Try to solve one problem and create another one. The serendipity alliums look nice. I see some buds. So I'm really excited and thankful about that. What is this? Sweet peas. Sweet peas look pretty nice. Again, the heat, I think it's starting to kind of get to them a little bit, but last year I didn't catch it in bloom, so this year I wanted to catch it in bloom for you guys. And this is all by seed. I planted these seeds in January. And he climbed up. I think it looks really pretty with that blue. So that's why I added some impatiens that are that bright pink. Because even though I love the blue hydrangea, I do like pink. I'm sure you guys can tell. And the tomato. So let's take a look at this. So it's growing, but it seems to, I don't know. It seems some leaf issues, but I do have fruit. They haven't ripened yet. So I just come and I pop off those unattractive leaves, and then here I created a little garden, a little herb garden. So the zinnias weren't looking that great. And because this is a very traveled area, the leaves of the zinnias just started to look really tired and not pretty, and it looked like something was eating it. So I just moved them. And I put in an herb garden. Now this isn't an herb, of course, but I wanted something bright pink and pretty to look at while the herbs grew in. This is lemon thyme, just regular, I think sage. Yes, sage, definitely. And some oregano. And then I had a little, how do you call it, trellis? I would like to get something more of a oblique mini trellis, and I popped it in the middle, but I think it looks really nice. I always wanted an herb garden, so it's nice to have it in a pot. And if I'm not mistaken, all of these are perennials in my area. Definitely the thyme. The sage we'll need to see. The flowers, definitely not a perennial, but it's nice to have the option of popping something else in there each year. And then the green beans. I do have beans. Pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. And there's a little fly thingy. Get out of here, guy. Oh, there you go. Oh, he just went on the other side. Really? Okay. So there's some flowers. There's an ant. But we see beans. So I'll show you what I have been working on over here. I did end up getting the gaura. And I had it when I did my tour, and it was small, and I didn't show it. I forgot about showing it, but now it's gotten pretty tall, and I think it looks very lovely. If I step back again, you can see it over the hedge, which is what I wanted. I planted them closer to the base of the statuary, just because I didn't want it leaning or mingling too much with the boxwood hedge. I'd rather it just kind of lean into the statuary. So that's where I'm at. But I even see a little bit of yellowing on there, on the plant itself. And I'm assuming that's because of all of the heat we had this week. So it's a perfect day to mulch. I try to water the ground before I mulch. So I'm working on that. And let's see, over here I added some grasses. This is actually one grass, so it's not the Iconocloa. It's actually sweet grass, I believe it's called. And I just split it and popped it in there. And let's see, my spirea is coming back, the one that I moved so many times. And so I have a little bunny. I think I've shown you guys him, that comes by and wants to use this area as his, I guess, his exit and his entrance. So I've tried to make the wattle fence, and he's actually busted through this wattle fence. I mean, you can see where he broke that stick or that branch, and he dug down and he got through. Or maybe he didn't, I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty tight squeeze. But he's determined, and you know what the funny thing is that there's a spot down there that he can come and go as he pleases, but he chooses to come and go as he pleases here. So I'll try to find another branch. The only reason, I mean, usually I'm not against the bunnies, but he comes through this path, and what he was doing was really trampling on what I have trying to grow here in regards to the pincushions. And it's like, really? So we'll see about that. Over here, this, I forgot to mention, this is actually a mum. So this is one of the mums that I had in my garden, the front garden last year, that I put here because it was still alive and I didn't want to get rid of it. The other two died, and this one survived the winter, so I didn't want to just get rid of it. I didn't have a spot for it yet, so I popped it in here. These are actually cat's pajamas. Cat's pajamas Nepeta. And I got them on sale early spring. They had a really great flush, and then I cut them back. So they might stay in here. We'll see how long I can keep them in here before I have to move them. And then as we go, see, now it's starting to drizzle a little bit. I did put in Arctic Fire foxglove. Now when I initially put them in, they looked a lot better than this, but I think I'm just going to cut it back maybe a little bit, at least just the spikes. But I do see bees going in, and it's a pretty color. I think it's very nice. But I want to mulch this bed as well, or in here. I have 3 extra bags. And then over here, oh my goodness, I can tell already that the voles came through. But over here, oh man, they certainly did come through. You can see the disruption. I don't know if you guys can see it. With the Mother Mary statue. I don't know why. So, oh my word. Oh my goodness, look at that. They're actually tunneling under the statuary. My goodness. So I saw these little plants here when the spring started, and I thought they were weeds. And I kept saying, oh, I gotta get those, I gotta dig them out. And eventually I realized they weren't weeds. It's actually the black-eye Susans. So a while ago, I planted black-eye Susans, didn't like it, took it out, changed it a couple times, and that was about 2 seasons ago, I started to see these. So I figured I'd just leave them. But look what the voles are doing. And it's nice that they ended up here, because I do think it would look nice here. And it was free plants. But we'll see if they survive the vole action around here. It's always something. And then what else? See, I'm stepping onto holes right now. Yeah. So then back here, I mean, nothing much to see back here. Let me step out of here. There's more yellowing. These are the bobo hydrangeas. I mean, they flushed back out really nicely, as did the hydrangea tree. And then I have the hanging basket back there. And I put more grasses. Put more grasses with the ajuga. This ajuga really did take over, let me say. I mean, it really, really did. The voles have been kind of working their tunnels under the ajuga too. So I keep my eye on that. And there's more foxgloves there. And that's what I'm working on my garden. Oh my goodness. See, while we're talking, I'm discovering. I mean, that's just not right. That's just so not right. I've tried the repellent. I've tried like spray. And nothing really seems to get them away. However, okay, so it is starting to drizzle. There's my wheelbarrow. There's the mulch. I want to see how much I can do before it really starts to downpour. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good weekend. We'll try to catch up next week to see the front garden, because I did add some new plants there as well. All right, gardeners. Happy gardening, fellow gardeners. See you in the next video. Bye.